Hello, my name is Jeremy, just your average everyday guy. That is until sometime in my early 30s, I developed a spinal condition known as ankylosing spondylitis. It took me from this, 6 foot tall, to this, not 6 foot tall. But I wasn't going to let that get me down forever, so eventually I kicked some bad habits and started fighting back. I still get some pretty strange looks, but I'm now doing what I love, traveling and adventuring. My goal is to show other people with disabilities or anyone facing challenges that your best days don't have to be behind you and that there's always hope. So thanks for joining me, the Handicapped Hiker. On the last episode, I made a couple of early morning visits to Old Faithful Village before exploring less popular areas of the park in an attempt at dodging the crowds. Let's get day 5 started with a very early drive to Norris Geyser Basin.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at this.
This is the hottest and oldest of the park's thermal areas. This is where you'll find the famed Steamboat Geyser, the tallest geyser in the world, with eruptions between 300 and 400 feet. But don't count on catching one. It can be several months to several years between eruptions. Up until 1961, it hadn't erupted in 50 years. In the 27-year span from 1990 to 2017, it had only erupted 12 times. But then came 2018, and without warning, it woke up. It has now erupted 172 times since 2018. But don't get too excited. It's slowing back down again, with only 4 eruptions in 2024. It's still worth seeing the much smaller, unrecorded blasts, and you never know. steamboat off in the distance doing its thing. Now let's head up to Mammoth Hot Springs and see if we're not already too late to find parking. So, for a guy who loves hiking and being outdoors, I have a major Indiana Jones thing going on with snakes. They look cool in pictures, but I don't want to be around them. But somehow, I always find them. Whoa, bird. Okay, well, surprisingly, we beat the crowd here too. I'm happy. We did good today. We got 2 major attractions out of the way in one morning. That's unbelievable. Bear, 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 bear. Why not? We're on a roll this morning. Let's squeeze in Tower Fall while there doesn't seem to be too many people. Tower Fall is 132 feet high on Tower Creek and named after the rock towers above it. It was a painting of this waterfall by Thomas Moran that helped persuade Congress to create the world's first national park and protect this unique wilderness for future generations. The overlook is just about 2/10 of a mile from the parking lot. But if you want to hike the switchbacks down to the nearby Yellowstone River, you're looking at about 1 mile round trip. Next, I'm going to make my way toward Canyon Village Campground, get registered, settled in, then head out on the East Entrance Road to the Yellowstone Lake Overlook. Hey, Mr. Bison. on the way back to camp in the early evening, the crowds are starting to thin out. So let's make a stop at the mud volcano area. A little too foggy right now to see the artist point or inspiration point. So we're going to start off early with the brink of the falls up close. Boy, you can feel the rumble. These are some powerful waterfalls. That is a lot of water pushing through a narrow space.
Yellowstone in the morning and in the evening is magical.
The upper falls are only 109 feet high, but here, the lower falls are an impressive 308 feet. Niagara Falls in New York State is only 188 feet at its highest point. This all occurs on the incredible Yellowstone River, which flows 692 miles from Yellowstone Lake to the Missouri River. This is the longest undammed river in the lower 48 states. And I almost passed this up. Climbing back up is never as fun, but it's still worth it.
Been to Inspiration Point, I am inspired.
After getting my fill of the canyon, I headed back to camp to relax during peak hours. Now let's drive out to Lamar Valley to see what kind of wildlife we can find. Lamar Valley is one of the best wildlife viewing areas in the park and is easily traveled along the northeast entrance road, which parallels the Lamar River and Soda Butte Creek. Although I'm always happy to see a bear from my car, I wasn't too happy to see this one chased into the road by a bunch of idiot tourists on foot. These are live, wild animals, folks. They can, will, and have hurt people, and it's usually out of being provoked. Give them and respect their space.
Oh.
And this must be my lucky day, because on the way back to camp to call it a night, I was treated to one more sighting.
There he is. I see him.
At first I thought these were grizzly bears, but I'm not seeing the shoulder hump, and those ears look a bit pointy to me. I could be wrong, but I think these are probably just cinnamon-colored black bears. Still a cool sighting nonetheless. Now that 6 days have passed, I woke up knowing that today is the day. It's time to do what I ultimately came here for. At 10,219 feet, Mount Washburn is the tallest peak in the Washburn mountain range. This trail from Dunraven Pass is 7 miles total up and back, with an elevation gain of 1,404 feet. While it's not the tallest mountain in the park, it is the tallest easily reachable mountain from the park's roads.
Starting to think I should have waited for more people before coming up here alone. All I have is bear spray and a knife. as you can see, we are really getting up here now. Still a long way to go. I just get an odd, creepy feeling being this high up, away from everybody else. Well, I guess these are the switchbacks, huh? We are really getting up here now. Here's the road. Looks like an old guardrail. This curve. Snow on Mount Washburn in Yellowstone in July. Lots of it. See the top now. Famous last words. We're almost to the top. So here we are. Almost there. What is this, a mirage? Nope. Even better. It's the parking lot.
And now, I drag myself back to camp for my last night in this unbelievable place. The day has come. It's time to leave Yellowstone after 7 action-packed days full of wonder. It's never easy to leave this place. It's even harder when you're not sure if you'll ever get to return. I soaked it in as best I could, but I know there will always be more here for me to find. Luckily, some of the wildlife that I haven't yet seen in this park are coming out to see me off this morning. I'll take that as a good sign of things to come. Everything is a good sign if you want it to be, and you believe.
I love this park. Says on the inscription, for the benefit and enjoyment of the people.
And with that, I drive north to a place I've never been, Glacier National Park. You won't believe the adventures that are coming your way, so be sure to tune in for the next episode, and we'll see you then.